The three-part BBC Eye documentary, which revealed testimonies from dozens of alleged survivors of atrocities and sex crimes linked to late Pastor Tibijoshua of the Synagogue Church of All Nations, has come under questioning after a disciple of the church, Joseph David, shared footage of Ajoke, who claimed to be the biological daughter of the late pastor. The footage showed the moment a baby said to be Ajoke was discovered, as well as police reports detailing that Ajoke chose to run away from the church with a male friend, contrary to her claims in the documentary titled TB Disciples, The Cult of Tibijoshua.
Daddy has been trying a lot of scandal, a lot of bad reports from the school. I'm surprised.
Know, I pay huge money, on $50,000. And at the time I withdraw her, I first withdraw her. They say they cannot return the money. I say, I overlook. I return her again. They say I should pay another money, $40,000 wasted. They say I should pay another money. I pay $30,000. Now I withdraw her again. I say,
All right, here we are seeing Tibijoshua in a different light. We did take that documentary about a week ago, highlighting those atrocities that were, revealed by those women, alleged atrocities. And now we are seeing that, Ajoke may have run away. We saw those police documents and all of that. You are a member of SCOAN, Vimbai. Please share with us some of your experience.
Right. Well, without, obviously this is not an official take. This is my personal take on this. I reiterate that it's unfortunate that the man himself isn't alive to be able to speak for himself. However, if he were, this isn't the first time he's had allegations of this nature, and he always chose to remain silent. However, I do appreciate, and I think many people do appreciate at this point, the fact that he was committed to documenting everything. Every little thing, every little meeting, every encounter was documented. So it's good to see that this has surfaced, and we do hope that more of these videos of this nature or any other documentation or evidence that can balance the narrative that's out there can surface, so that people can be in a position to make an informed decision that considers all parties involved.
Absolutely. Rufai.
So, like I've constantly called for an independent inquiry into all of this allegation and what has happened. I'm happy about this document, but we also need to get an independent inquiry that takes what the people have said against Tibijoshua, which is very sad, like you said, Mumbai is not here, to defend himself, and the facts of the matter he has as regards every case, and look at them, if possible, forensically evaluate them and scrutinize them, and give us a report so that we can run off with a more informed opinion about this. Because in a circumstance where this one has a narrative, the other one has a narrative, there must be an overriding narrative which can only be done by an independent inquest into all of this that has happened. Also because of his own legacy, also because society also needs to know the truth about this matter. So this is what to come. I don't want this to end here. I also want them to bring out all the documents as regards the other allegations that were made in that documentary. This is just one out of so many. And let us see. That's just what I call for, an independent inquiry into all of this.
Absolutely. Our Pastor Ayo, a quick word from you on this.
I totally align with that. I mentioned earlier on, I do think that whilst it's important, and I'm glad that the church, the synagogue has started to speak out, it's important that we get all sides of the story. I must say, though, one of the things I picked out from that video, because I watched the entire video, was I also feel that, and I know that it's not just that, it also raised these questions around adoption on the side, because what that video was proving was that she wasn't his biological daughter, but his adopted daughter, who obviously was a rebel. She was accused of stealing, and he was showing and reporting that. And I didn't quite like the fact that it made it seem as if an adopted child was not a real child. And I say that because recently the Pope also said something about surrogacy. And I think that as leaders, especially religious leaders, we have to be, in the way that we speak about these things, it's a very sensitive matter because it doesn't paint it in a good light. One of the statements that was even made was that, oh, she's not his blood, so we can see why this would happen. But on the other side, she was adopted at a young age, so nature versus nurture. She was nurtured by him. So I just thought that was the softer side of that particular video, that as leaders, we must begin to speak. Thankfully, that video was a very old video, so I want to assume that maybe his views have changed or views have changed around that. But in pointing that out, adoption is a good thing.
Yes.
There are adoption stories that have been very good. Not all of them, as they made some people were commenting, oh, you see, at the end of the day, if your blood is not your blood, she will turn against you. So I think it's really important to make that case. Adoption is a good thing, and it's, it should be supported.
Yes, now that we have highlighted the story, I think also it's important to hear Ajoke speak again after these revelations. We'll take another story.